Welcome to day 22 from 28 days of yoga. We're going to start our practice in Sukhasana. You can either have your hands facing down on your knees or palms facing up to the sky, whatever feels best for you today. Either way, we're going to lift our shoulders up, pull them back, and drop them down. Close your eyes and take a few slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Inhale your arms up above your head, reaching up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, turn to the right, and then drop your left hand down to your right knee and your right hand behind you. On every inhale, sit up taller, getting more length. And on every exhale, twist a little deeper. You can turn behind you if that's okay with your neck. Breathing into the twist. And then raise your arms all the way up. Interlace your fingers with the other pinky on top this time. And turn towards the left. And then bring your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you. Sitting up taller with each inhale and turning more into the twist on each exhale. You can turn your head and look behind you if that's okay with your neck. And inhale your arms all the way back to the sky, and then bring them back down to your knees. We're going to make some circles on our spine. So doing this however it feels, in whatever way will feel good for your body, just moving in circles, sitting down. I like to make big, slow circles, rounding my back and leaning all the way back. When I'm in the back, turning, scraping my body all the way to the side and pushing my chest out forward and looking up in the front. So playing around here, making big circles on your body or small circles, whatever feels good for you. Or just getting some movement in. You might hear some cracks and creaks in your body as you do this. Just moving in ways that feel good. Going one way and the other. And when you are satisfied with that, meet me in child's pose. So sitting back, stomach between your legs that are bent, arms out in front of you, forehead on the ground. Breathing here. Reaching actively forward with your arms. And then we're going to shift our hips off to the right and reach towards the left. Getting a nice stretch. Breathing into it. Carry your breath all the way into your side. And then come back through center. Shift your hips off to the left and reach towards the right. Breathing into that side. And come back through center. And then we're going to slide our hands in front of us, lifting our bums in the air, keeping your knees below your hips, and coming into puppy pose. You can either have your chin on the ground or your forehead. And then we're going to come up onto our hands, bringing our wrists beneath our shoulders, coming into table pose. Inhale, look up, arch your back, and exhale, round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. That's your cat-cow. So keep going. On every inhale, looking up, arching your back. And on each exhale, round your back and tuck your chin into your chest. Doing it in time with your own breath. Meet me back in table. Inhale your right hand all the way up to the sky, opening up your chest. And then thread that arm underneath your left arm, coming onto your right shoulder. You can stay right here if you want to, but if you want to go a little bit deeper, and take your left arm, wrap it around your back, and hook your hand onto your right thigh. You can stay right here, and if you want to go even deeper, you can straighten your left leg. And then if your leg is straightened, put it back. If your arm is wrapped around your body, go ahead and put it back. And then before we put our right hand back, we're going to lift it all the way back up to the sky. And then put it back down. Take a deep breath. And then on your next inhale, lift your left arm up. Open up your chest. Thread underneath your right arm, coming onto your left shoulder. Taking that same stretch on the other side. If you want to go deeper, bring your right arm up and around, hooking it onto your left thigh. If you want to go even deeper, straighten that right leg. Taking nice long breaths. And if your leg is straight, bend it again and put it back. If your arm is wrapped around your body, unwrap it and put it back. And before we put our left hand back, we're going to reach it all the way up, opening up, and then putting it back into table. Take a deep breath here, and then we're going to walk our hands about a handprint ahead of where they are now, bending your toes, coming up into downward facing dog. Bend your knees and bring your stomach to your thighs, and slowly straighten your legs. The goal is to bring your heels onto the earth, but it's okay if they never touch. You can bicycle your legs here. And then step your right foot in between your hands. Line up your front heel and your back heel. Your back toes are pointed diagonally towards the left front side of your mat, keeping your ankle underneath your knee. Open up. Raise your arms up to the sky. Coming into warrior one. Take a deep breath here. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. And then step your left foot in between your hands. Line up your front heel with your back heel. Your back toes are pointed diagonally towards the right front side of your mat. Keeping your ankle below your knee. Stand all the way up into warrior one. And then come back down into downward facing dog. Step your right foot in between your hands. Line up your front heel with the arch of your back foot. Your back toes are facing towards the side of your mat. Your foot is parallel with the back of your mat. Keeping your ankle below your knee. Open up into warrior two. Now your hips are facing the side of your mat, and you can keep your gaze past your front fingertips. Inhale and reverse your warrior. Come back into warrior two. Reach forward until you can't reach anymore. Drop your hands down, creating a straight line from fingertip to fingertip, keeping weight in that back foot, coming into side angle pose. And then come back into warrior two. And make your way back into downward facing dog. Step your left foot in between your hands. Turn your back foot so that the arch of your back foot is lined up with the heel of your front foot. Your front toes are pointing towards the front of your mat, your back toes pointing towards the side. Press into both your feet so you're putting equal weight in that back foot. Keep your knee above your ankle and open up your arms. Your hips are facing the side. Inhale and reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior two. Reach forward with your hands until you can't reach anymore, keeping your bottom half just where it was. And then drop your hand down, trying to create a straight line from fingertip to fingertip, opening up into side angle pose. Keep pressing into that back foot. And come back to warrior two. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Inhale and lift your right leg up. And then place it in between your hands, lining up your front heel with your back arch and opening up into warrior two. Reverse your warrior and straighten your front leg. And then reach forward until you can't reach anymore, coming down into triangle pose. Come back to warrior two and make your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up, keeping your hips squared. Step it in between your hands, coming into warrior two. Inhale and reverse your warrior. Straighten that front leg, keeping weight in your back leg and your front leg. Reach forward until you can't reach anymore and come into come into triangle pose. Come back to warrior two. And then come back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands and your feet in towards each other. Come up halfway, get some length in your spine, and then stand all the way up. Turn towards the side of your mat and open your legs. wide. Your big toes are slightly pointed in towards each other. Inhale and raise your arms all the way up. And exhale, fold forward, keeping your spine nice and long. And then when you get all the way down, you can just let your body hang. Grab your elbows, rock side to side. Bring your left hand slightly above where your feet are and then directly in the middle. And open up, reaching your right hand up to the sky, keeping your hips level behind you. If you want to go deeper, you can bring your left hand to your ankle. Keep a slight bend in your knees. If you went a bit deeper, now's the time to bring your hand back to the middle. And then bring your right hand down. Place it where your left hand just was. And open up, reaching your left hand up to the sky. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can bring your right hand to your ankle. Now, if you took it a bit deeper, bring your hand back to the center. Meet your left hand down next to your right. Look up a bit and get some length. And then fold back down. Bring your hands on the ground. Heel toe your feet in. Make sure that your knees and your toes are tracking in the same direction. And slowly sit back into Malasana. Bring your hands together at heart center. You can stay right here, but if you want to take a bind, go ahead and wrap your right hand, your right arm around your right leg and reach your left arm behind to clasp hands. If your hands don't reach, you can grab onto your shirt, or you can put something like a yoga strap, a tie, a belt, a blanket, anything you have around to help your hands reach. So you'd grab on one end with one hand and grab the other end with your other hand so your hands can reach. Come back to center and take the bind on the other side. Come back to center. Sit all the way down. Make your way onto your back. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Grab behind your thigh. Flex both your feet and pull your leg in towards you as much as you comfortably can. And then release a bit and drop it off to the right, looking over your left. You can keep your left hand on your left hip to help you keep your hip on the ground. We want our hips to stay level, and sometimes when we drop into a pose like this, if I go a bit farther, like my leg can go farther, and I probably could touch the ground, but if I did that, my hip will pop off the ground. So you want to focus on proper alignment before flexibility, because in the long run, if you're bending your body in ways that your body might not want to go, you're going to do more harm than good. It's better to listen to your body and do things the correct way for your body than to force yourself into shapes. Then come back up and drop your leg off to the left. And reach towards the right with your right arm, looking towards your right. Breathing here. And lift your leg back up to the sky. Pull it in one more time and drop it down. And now your right leg is a bit longer than your left, so we're going to have to even that out. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Grab behind that thigh and pull it in, keeping your feet flexed. And you can bring your right hand, place it on your hip, your right hip, and drop your leg off to the left. Looking over the right, if that's okay on your neck. And then bring your left leg all the way to the right. Reach towards your left and look towards your left with your left hand. And lift that leg back up to the sky. Pull it in one more time. And then drop it down. Hug your right knee in. Take your right arm flat out to the right side. And twist with your right knee, bringing it down past towards your left side. Look towards your right hand if that's okay with your neck. Come back through center. Straighten your right leg and then hug your left knee in. Take your left hand out long. If you don't have the space for your arms to be straight out, you can always just bend at the elbow. Like that. And then drop your left knee off to your right and look over your left. And come back through center. Bring your leg out long. Bend your knees, bringing the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Bring one hand onto your stomach and one onto your heart. We're going to chant Om together 3 times before meeting in Shavasana. So after we finish with our Oms, just go right into Shavasana. You can even take your Shavasana like this with your knees bent and your soles of your feet together if you want to. Or you can just do the traditional Shavasana and have your legs out straight and relaxing your body into it. But first, let's chant Om together. So on our next inhale, we're going to start. Ready? Slowly, either staying here or adjusting your body into your Shavasana. Releasing any tension, maybe making some last movements to help you relax into your Shavasana. Clearing your mind, steering clear of any thoughts of the future, any thoughts of the past. Be here now. start to make some movements in your fingers and your toes. Maybe rolling out your wrists and your ankles. Reaching your arms out above your head and rolling off onto your side. And slowly meeting me back in Sukhasana. Sorry about that. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to the universe, and be kind to all life everywhere. Namaste. Well, you have just completed day 22 of our 28-day yoga practice. I'm so proud of you. You're doing great, and we are almost done with our practice together. We're coming towards the end. We're in the last week. How exciting! If you want to keep up the momentum and keep practicing yoga with me and joining the community and the conversation, head over to bryacommunity.com and I'll leave you a link and sign up for the community. I'd love to see you there.